Hey everyone, thanks for joining me. Today, I will be talking to you guys about leadership and the importance of being a role model. I guess you can decide if you want to be a good role model or a bad one, but I'm going to talk to you guys about how to be a good one. If you're new to my channel, my name is Dr. Norma Reyes, and I'm a career and life coach. All right. Let's go ahead and get started. So today, as I said, I'll be talking about being a role model, something that can be easily forgotten when you get in a leadership role, especially if you're new, or sometimes if you're burned out, you forget that you're a role model. Your actions really speak louder than words. And, I'm going to share with you guys some really good quotes that I've come across. And so one of them is, as I grow older, I pay less attention to what men say. I just watch what they do. Andrew Carnegie. And essentially we all kind of forget that sometimes. We get caught up in our everyday stuff and we don't really pay attention to what our actions are saying versus what we are asking people to do, especially in a leadership role that maybe you've been in for a while, or if you're new because you just don't really know how much impact, or you just may lack the awareness of, I don't want to say you lack the awareness, but you just get busy and you just kind of let things go on the fly, I guess. And so you begin to slack off in remembering that you're a role model. And one of the quickest ways to see, what kind of role model you are being to your staff is, how are your staff acting? Are your staff doing things that you would like for them to do? For example, every team would want to have a team where staff are, jumping in, being the first to dive in and start doing the work, or volunteering without having to be asked, being accountable to whatever their production standards are, and going above and beyond for the client, whatever area you work in, are they going above and beyond? And that should be your self-reflection of yourself. Are you going above and beyond for your staff? Are you jumping in to help without having to be asked? Are you going and holding them accountable? Are you holding yourself accountable? All these things are, signs. All these things are things that you should be looking at in your staff. And are they doing it? Are they not doing it? And how does that reflect on you? Because remember, your staff, just like anything else, they're a reflection of you and your leadership. So if you are finding yourself very frustrated or in the same types of situations, then you need to go and take an account. Like, am I the one that's responsible for this, or is it something else? And it could be both. Sometimes, you may have a staff that isn't meeting production standards, and then at that point are you working with them on that? Are you, diligently keeping them accountable? Or are you just, oh, it's so-and-so and they're not doing that again? A lot of times too, if one of our staff is not not producing, not doing what we need them to do, it may be that person just needs constant accountability. And sometimes that happens, and you just have to, that's just part of the role. Everyone is different. Everyone needs different types of leadership and guidance from you. So you got to make sure that you're taking that into account. And so another quote that I found and I really liked and I wanted to share was, all leaders are influenced by those they admire. Reading about them and studying their traits inevitably allows an inspired leader to develop his own leadership traits. And that's by Rudy Giuliani or something like that. Sorry, guys. I'm the worst at pronouncing names, and maybe I should need to work on that. So anyway, all that he's saying, and I really like that, it stuck out to me, was if you want to get better as a leader, like so one way is to see, check in how your staff are doing, and that should be a reflection of how you're currently doing. And then from there, if you want to get better, then find leaders that you like, find leaders that you see and you're like, I want to be like them, whether they're in your own company, your own organization, or outside of the organization. You don't have to necessarily just look for a mentor within your organization. You can look outside of your industry. You can just look at different platforms. It can be YouTube, Instagram, wherever. It could be books, but make sure that at some point you are also going out there and actually looking for a mentor, looking for someone that you can ask questions to, because as leaders, we can kind of just get used to being in that leadership role where we're the ones offering guidance, but then that puts us in a place not to grow. If you're not pushing yourself to grow, then, there's going to come a time that's it, that you stop growing because you're not looking for those opportunities. And to be a great leader, you have to continuously be growing, just like your staff. So you want them to be continuously growing, and by doing growing yourself is a guarantee that that they will, no, not a guarantee, but it puts it out there that it's okay to know that you need to continue growing in order to continue improving. And also it's okay to not know everything and to be looking for guidance. And so, again, being a role model for your staff, peers, community allows others to grow, exponentially. When we follow our own advice and do what we say we're going to do, it inspires others to do more. So by you yourself being a good role model and following all those things that you're encouraging your staff to do, then, it just creates more and more of the same of growth. So I don't go in circles and repeat the same thing over and over. I'm going to end that there. I wanted to have quotes for you guys. So anyway, because I want to be a good role model for everyone else that's out there watching these videos. So anyway, 2 books that I'm currently have on my bookshelf, actively reading one, and the other one I've been skimming through it here and there, but one of them is Everyone Deserves a Great Leader. And so this book, actually, I got really lucky. I'm really happy that they reached out to me. So Franklin Coven reached out to me and gave me this book for free. And they didn't ask for anything. They didn't even ask me to put a review or anything. Maybe they just wanted people to have their book and hoped that they would leave them a review. Since I haven't finished the total book, I have not left a review yet, but I will discuss some of the chapters in here. So it's 6 chapters, and they're just 6 things that leaders should work on. And so it says, develop a leader's mindset, hold regular one-to-ones, set up your team to get results, create a culture of feedback, lead your team through change, manage your time and energy. And so I've already done one on consistency, and so that kind of hits on regular one-on-ones, but I'll probably do maybe some videos on the other topics that the book talks about. But reading and growing yourself, always showing that your staff that you are working on yourself, and then they may in turn be interested in working on themselves as well. And so another book that I am more actively reading, and my organization is reading, I don't want to say with me, but leaders, we have a leaders book club. And so I'm really happy about that. It's called It's the Manager. This book's actually a little bit thicker. It's kind of, but very, very short chapters. There's 1,000 chapters on here. Just kidding. Let me see how many chapters are on here. 52 chapters. I guess it's supposed to be a chapter a week that we're reading. I haven't really paid attention to the amount. I guess we are. Anyway, so we're already at chapter 25. So, It's the Manager. It's written by Gallup, and they took a bunch of different surveys, into what it is expected, or what leaders need to be doing. And so I'm going to read the back cover for you guys. It says, changing demands of the workforce. In the past, people were focused on a paycheck, satisfaction, having a boss, their annual reviews, their weaknesses, and their job. But now people are looking to have a purpose in the workplace, their development. They want to have a coach, not a boss. Ongoing conversations with their supervisors instead of annual reviews, and then working on developing their strengths and making sure that their life is having life satisfaction versus just the job, which completely makes me happy, because I've always thought, life, people, I don't like to call a job, it's your workplace, it's your career, it's your livelihood. It's more than just a job. You spend 40 hours, maybe some people even more than that, a week. That's a great chunk of your life. And so you need it to be a place that you enjoy going to. Not just enjoy going there, but enjoy your coworkers and truly feel passionate about what you're doing. And as a leader, you should be focused on working that and creating that environment for your staff so that they are happy in their workplace. And if they're not happy in their workplace, they can feel comfortable in telling you that, hey, I've grown XYZ. Either they feel uncomfortable, they don't want to be there anymore, they just feel not challenged anymore. And that's another thing, as if they're not challenged, then they may want to leave. But anyway, by showing yourself and being a role model to them, then they can do that. If you are working on yourself, working on creating a good environment for them, then, they will do that for you. Another way that I show or try to be a good role model to my staff is by jumping in and doing the work with them. I'm not required to do anything. I can delegate everything else to my staff. And I don't mean I don't do anything. I do my manager job. But whenever we have projects or things we need to do, especially if it needs to be done quickly, I jump in and work with my staff, and I said that because I want them to know that if I need them for something that our director is asking for whatever reason, and he tells me that he needs it by close of business, then I'm going to work just as hard to make sure that we get that done for him. And by helping my staff do that, they recognize that I will always be there helping them when I can. There's times that I cannot, but when I can, I will, so I'd highly recommend doing that. Also, then you get to remember what it's like to be in that direct care role or direct customer facing role. Because as a leader, you kind of get disconnected from that. And honestly, I actually really enjoyed making those phone calls last week and speaking to the LMHAs in our area and talking to people and just having that connection and just getting information. And so that was kind of fun. So you may, remember what it was like to do that job again and kind of spark you up again, because everybody needs a respark every once in a while, because we do get tired. We do get, just in the same old. And so by doing something different, it actually, remind you of why it is that you're doing what you're doing and what you love about it. All right, guys. So that's all I have to say about being a role model to your staff and how important it is for our leaders to take the time to be good role models, to develop a great team, great work environment, and overall just great company culture. Thanks, guys. Leave me any comments that you feel that you do, that you are, ways that you show to your staff how to be a good role model. And then also leave me any comments on anything else. Don't forget to subscribe.